Country names may seem simple at first glance, just labels on maps or words we learn in school, but behind many of them lie fascinating stories filled with history, myths, geography, language evolution, and even misunderstandings. Some countries are named after ancient tribes, others after explorers, kings, or religious concepts. Pakistan literally means land of the pure. The name Pakistan is both poetic and symbolic. In Urdu and Persian, Pak means pure, while Stan means land or place, making Pakistan translate to land of the pure. Interestingly, the name was also created as an acronym in the 1930s by Chaudhry Rahmat Ali, representing regions Punjab, Afghania, Kashmir, Sindh, and Tan, Baluchistan. Over time, the name gained deeper religious and cultural significance, symbolizing purity, faith, and identity. Pakistan is one of the few countries whose name blends linguistic meaning with political vision, making it uniquely intentional rather than accidental. Canada comes from a word meaning village. The name Canada originates from the Huron-Iroquois word Kanata, which simply meant village or settlement. When French explorer Jacques Cartier arrived in the 16th century, local inhabitants used the word to describe their village, but Cartier mistakenly believed it referred to the entire region. This misunderstanding stuck, and Kanata gradually evolved into Canada. What began as a small linguistic confusion eventually became the name of one of the world's largest countries. Today, it's amusing to think that a nation spanning millions of square kilometers is named after a word that once meant something so small. Japan's name means origin of the sun. Japan calls itself Nihon or Nippon, which translates to origin of the sun. This is why Japan is famously known as the land of the rising sun. The name comes from China's perspective, as Japan lies east of China, where the sun appears to rise. European traders later adapted the Chinese pronunciation, which eventually became Japan in English. The name perfectly matches Japan's cultural symbolism, where the sun plays a central role in national identity, mythology, and even the design of its flag. Australia's name means southern land. The name Australia comes from the Latin phrase terra australis, meaning southern land. For centuries, European mapmakers believed a large unknown landmass must exist in the southern hemisphere to balance the Earth. When explorers finally reached the continent, the name stuck. Australia's name reflects not only its geographical position, but also the imagination and assumptions of early European cartographers. It's a reminder that some country names were born from theories and guesses rather than direct knowledge. Brazil is named after a tree. Brazil gets its name from the brazilwood tree, Pau Brazil, which was highly valued by Portuguese traders for its deep red dye. The word brasa in Portuguese means ember, referring to the glowing red color of the wood. Over time, the land became known as Terra do Brasil, eventually shortened to Brazil. Few countries are named after a natural resource, making Brazil's name a direct reflection of its early economic importance during the colonial era. Argentina is linked to silver. The name Argentina comes from the Latin word argentum, meaning silver. Early Spanish explorers believed the region was rich in silver, inspired by local legends in the nearby Rio de la Plata, which also means river of silver. Although Argentina never became the silver-rich land Europeans expected, the name remained. Today, Argentina's name reflects a dream of wealth that shaped its early colonial history more than actual reality. Egypt's name is not what Egyptians call it. In Arabic, Egypt is called Misr or Masr, but the English word Egypt comes from the ancient Greek Aegyptos. That Greek term itself evolved from the ancient Egyptian name Hut-Kap-Ta, referring to a temple dedicated to the god Ptah. Over thousands of years, pronunciation changes transformed the word into Egypt. This layered evolution shows how foreign interpretations can permanently rename a civilization that is far older than the language used to describe it today. Iceland was named to sound uninviting. Despite its name, Iceland is not completely covered in ice. In fact, much of it is green and fertile. According to legend, Viking settlers deliberately named it Iceland to discourage others from settling there. Meanwhile, Greenland, which is far icier, was given a more attractive name for the opposite reason. This strategic naming proves that country names were sometimes used as early marketing or anti-marketing tools. Greenland is mostly ice, ironically. Greenland's name suggests lush landscapes, but around 80% of it is covered in ice. The name is believed to have been chosen by Eric the Red to attract settlers. This ironic contrast between name and reality makes Greenland one of the most misleadingly named places on Earth. It highlights how names were often chosen for persuasion rather than accuracy. Spain comes from land of rabbits. The name Spain is thought to come from the Phoenician term Ishafan, meaning land of rabbits or hyraxes. Early explorers reportedly saw many small animals and associated them with rabbits. Over time, Ishafan evolved into Hispania under Roman rule and eventually became Spain. It's amusing to imagine that a major European power may owe its name to an abundance of hopping animals. Norway means northern way. The name Norway comes from the Old Norse Nordervigur, meaning northern way or route north. It referred to the sailing path along the Norwegian coast used by Vikings. The name reflects Norway's deep connection to the sea and navigation, emphasizing how geography and daily life influenced naming traditions in ancient times. Ethiopia means land of burnt faces. The name Ethiopia comes from the Greek words etho, to burn, and ops, face, meaning land of burnt faces. This ancient description referred to the darker skin tones of people living south of Egypt. While the term may sound strange today, it shows how early civilizations named regions based on visible physical characteristics rather than cultural identity. Philippines is named after a king. The Philippines is named after King Philip II of Spain. Spanish explorer Ruy López de Villalobos originally named part of the islands Las Islas Filipinas in the 16th century. Over time, the name expanded to include the entire archipelago. It remains one of the few countries directly named after a European monarch. Bolivia is named after a revolutionary leader. Bolivia is named after Simón Bolívar, the revolutionary leader who helped liberate much of South America from Spanish rule. Naming a country after a living political figure was unusual at the time, making Bolivia's name a strong statement of independence, gratitude, and national pride. Saudi Arabia is named after a family. Saudi Arabia is named after the House of Saud, the ruling royal family. This makes it one of the few countries named after a family rather than a place, tribe, or concept. The name reflects the deep link between governance, identity, and territory in the country's history. Germany's name changes by language. Germany has multiple names depending on the language. Deutschland, Germany, Allemagne, and Saxe all refer to the same country. Each name comes from a different tribe or historical interaction. This shows how neighboring cultures name the same land based on their own experiences with it. Mexico is named after an Aztec god. The name Mexico comes from Mexica, the people we now call the Aztecs. It is also linked to the god Mexitli, associated with war and the sun. The name reflects indigenous heritage rather than colonial influence, preserving pre-Spanish identity within the modern nation. Russia comes from Viking roots. The name Russia is believed to come from the Rus, a group of Viking traders from Scandinavia. These Norsemen settled among Slavic populations and eventually gave their name to the region. This surprising origin highlights the international roots behind what many see as a purely Slavic nation. Singapore means lion city. Singapore comes from the Sanskrit words singa, lion, and pura, city. Although lions never lived there, the name was inspired by a legend of a prince who claimed to see a lion upon arriving. Today, the Merlion symbol continues this mythical naming tradition. Morocco is named after Marrakesh. The English name Morocco comes from Marrakech, once the country's capital. European traders used the city's name to refer to the entire region. Locally, however, Morocco is called Al-Maghrib, meaning the Western Land. Chad is named after a lake. The name Chad comes from the Kanuri word Sade, meaning lake, referring to Lake Chad. The country is one of the few named directly after a natural feature central to its survival and history. Cyprus is linked to copper. The name Cyprus is believed to come from the Greek word Kyprios, meaning copper. The island was famous in ancient times for copper mining, making its name a reflection of its economic importance. France is named after the Franks, a Germanic tribe that conquered the region after the fall of the Roman Empire. The name represents how invading tribes permanently reshaped European geography and identity. Thailand was formerly Siam, but the name was changed to Thailand, meaning land of the free. It reflects national pride, especially since Thailand was never colonized by a European power. Venezuela means Little Venice. Venezuela was named by explorer Amerigo Vespucci, who noticed stilt houses along the coast that reminded him of Venice. He called the area Venezuela, or Little Venice, which eventually became Venezuela. The name Turkey comes from Turk, referring to the Turkic people. The suffix I means land, making Turkey literally the land of the Turks. Indonesia means Indian Islands. Indonesia comes from Greek words meaning Indian Islands, reflecting how early geographers grouped the archipelago with the Indian cultural sphere despite its diversity. China's name comes from a dynasty. The English word China is believed to come from the Qin dynasty, pronounced Qin. Although Chinese people call their country Zhongguo, Middle Kingdom, the Qin name spread globally through trade routes. Peru's name may be a mistake. Peru may be named after a local ruler named Peru, whom Spanish explorers misunderstood as the name of the land. This confusion eventually became official, proving how misunderstandings can shape history. United States is named for unity, not geography. The United States of America is named not after a location, but a concept. Unity of states. The word America comes from Amerigo Vespucci, but United States reflects a political idea rather than a physical feature. Some of those names are based on mistakes, cover-ups, and ancient rumors that people still believe today. If a single word on a map can carry that much history, imagine what the rest of the world is hiding. If you enjoy uncovering the hidden stories behind everyday facts, you're in the right place. Explore the channel for more and subscribe so you don't miss what we uncover next.